Oh. Hello everyone, I'm William France. Today I want to review the Nikon 24-70 VR. I want to do this review because actually there's not that many videos on YouTube reviewing this lens. There are a lot of videos on the non-VR version, and most people unanimously agree that is a great lens. However, for me, I didn't have the previous version, so I was coming in fresh. I had to decide if I wanted to spring the extra $500 or $600 for the VR or stick with the tried and true non-VR version. So today I'm going to jump into why I like this lens, some things that could be better about it, and hopefully help you decide if this is the right lens for you. Obviously, it comes down to cost versus benefit. When you're already spending upwards of $1,500 on a camera lens, to me the extra $500 or $600 for the VR version was a no-brainer. You're already spending the money, why not get the latest and greatest iteration from Nikon? There are some benefits to the non-VR version. It is a smaller lens. This is the VR, and this is a pretty big lens. It is solidly built, but it is a big lens to carry around. So what do you use this lens for? Just about everything. Landscape, portraits, wide angle, zooming in. It does a little bit of everything. With the 24-70, you've got quite a bit of range to get creative. When I purchased this lens, it was replacing my Nikon 24-120 kind of all-around lens. I knew that I wasn't going to quite get the reach that I got from that 24-120. I do find myself missing that extra reach of the 120 sometimes. However, with a D850 that I keep this thing paired to, and the sharpness of this lens, there's very little you can't do in terms of cropping in to achieve really that same 120mm shot that you would have gotten with a little bit more reach. So overall, the sharpness of this lens combined with a high megapixel camera like the D850, really you're not losing much in terms of that extra focal length. When I bought this lens, I also considered the Sigma or Tamron variants. Those are also getting quite expensive themselves. At the end of the day, for me, I like to go for the Nikon product. I trust the autofocus more working with the camera. I think Nikon probably has the best vibration reduction system. It's all in-house for them. So for me, going with the Nikon was kind of the logical choice. It's definitely worth taking a look at the Sigma and Tamron variants, as they are really nice pieces of glass. So I mentioned this lens is really sharp. I've got some photos up here that I'm going to put on the screen. The edge-to-edge sharpness of this lens and its variety and what it can shoot is very impressive. I've owned this lens for almost a year now, and it really hasn't let me down. Some areas that I think this lens could be improved. After shooting with the latest iteration of the 7200 VR from Nikon, the autofocus of this lens is noticeably better than the 24-70. That is not to say the 24-70 is slow or bad at autofocus by any means whatsoever. It's just that if you've used this 70-200 latest iteration from Nikon on this lens, you know how good the autofocus is. This autofocus is still phenomenal, but it's not quite on the same level as that 70-200. In summary, this is a really solid lens. You can probably start to find these used since people are switching to the mirrorless format cameras. This is still an incredibly advanced, incredibly sharp piece of glass. I think you won't be disappointed. If you're like me and you're trying to choose between the VR and the non-VR, I'm quite happy with the purchase. Most people buy lens as an investment that they're going to have for a while. I think it's worth getting the latest and greatest. I hope overall this video was informative, and until next time, see you later.